Except for blood circulation, blood enters the superior and inferior vena cava and enters the right atrium through the tricuspid valve, into the right ventricle through the pulmonary veins, and into the pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary artery, blood enters to pulmonary arterioles, to pulmonary capillaries, to pulmonary venules, to pulmonary veins, and back into the heart into the left atrium. From the left atrium, blood flows through the mitral valve and into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, blood flows through the aortic valve to coronary arteries, then continue to flow through the aorta and enter the systemic arteries, to systemic capillaries, to systemic venules, to systemic veins, and flows right back into superior and inferior vena cava. That's all. Arteries of the head and trunk. Internal carotid artery, external carotid artery, common carotid arteries, vertebral artery, subclavian artery, bronchocephalic trunk, aortic arc, ascending aorta, coronary artery, thoracic aorta, celiac trunk, abdominal aorta, superior mesenteric artery, renal artery, gonadal artery, inferior mesenteric artery, internal iliac artery. Arteries that supply the upper limb. Subclavian artery, axillary artery, brachial artery, and radial artery, ulnar artery, and deep palmar arc, superficial palmar arc, and digital arteries. Arteries that supply the lower limb. Common iliac artery, external iliac artery, femoral artery, popliteal artery, anterior tibial artery, posterior tibial artery, dorsalis pedis artery, arcuate artery. Of the head and trunk. Dural venous sinuses, external jugular vein, vertebral vein, internal jugular vein, right and left brachiocephalic veins, superior vena cava, great cardiac vein, hepatic veins, splenic vein, hepatic portal vein, renal vein, superior, mesenteric vein, inferior mesenteric vein, inferior vena cava, common iliac vein, internal iliac vein, veins that drain the upper limb, subclavian vein, axillary vein, cephalic vein, brachial vein, basilic vein, median cubital vein, ulnar and radial vein, digital vein. Veins that drain the lower limb. External iliac vein, femoral vein, great saphenous vein, popliteal vein, posterior tibial vein, anterior tibial vein, small saphenous vein, dorsal venous arc, and dorsal metatarsal veins.